Okay, so this presentation is about unsiloing data, more specifically, taking a table of contents out of an InDesign book and exporting that via XML into other solutions like databases, web servers, and some other reports. Our company, we produce several hundred documents throughout the year. Each one contains a table of contents, and they're rather large. It's a research company, so we want to push those out for product pages on Amazon, and also our external web. And that's me, I'm Neil, I'm a systems admin. So the presentation will include elements of Adobe InDesign, some XML, AppleScript FileMaker Pro, which is our database of record for production, iCal to automate scripts, and Adobe CQ, which is the backend for our web server. Okay, so this is a typical table of contents that we produce in one of our books. This is one page. There's just a long list of granular information that no one really needs except for the chapter titles and maybe some of the other headers, but we're going to parse that out later. So as you can see, everything's done with paragraph styles, but there are no XML tags in this document. So what we want to do is create the XML tags, map the paragraph styles to the tags, and then export it out via XML. To do this, I created an Apple script called export TOC. I normally automate this with iCal, but for this example, we will do a one-time click. You click it, it does its magic. So I'll show you the Apple script in a second. Once it skips to the next one. So, timing. So we start from top to bottom. We set the path for where the file will end up. We create our TOC 1 through 4 XML tags. We map the paragraph styles to them. And then afterwards, it will name the file based on the InDesign file and spit that out. So the script is triggered. As you can see on the left side, we have a long list of tagged XML elements now. And on the right, you can kind of see the brackets where the things were tagged. And there's our XML file. Amazing. And it's named after the InDesign file name. So that's also done with the Apple script. I normally batch process these, but I wanted to show you my screen desktop. Here's the ugly backends. Lots and lots of needless information. We're only going to use TOC 1 and 2 for this example. And this will eventually be parsed out. I'll show you how that's done. This is our database of record. It's called Allbooks. It was developed by a FileMaker developer named Bob Espy in Baltimore. Our users entered tons and tons of metadata into this. We want to attach a table of contents to it so that we can spit that out into other systems like the external web, product pages, etc. Our blank table of contents page within the database, there's a FileMaker script which will take the XML and import it, and using a style sheet, we'll just kind of ignore what we don't want. So presto changeo, and now our information from InDesign is unsiloed. You can see we only exported certain elements. We didn't need that long list of granular data. I do, thank you. Umbrella, please. So this is a dialog box from FileMaker. It points to our style sheet, which is on a web server, and you can see the path right there. It's behind the firewall, not that anyone wants it. But there it is, and here's the back end. If you look at line 63, there's a call for TOC 1 and 2, everything else gets ignored. So I keep our style sheets on an external web, and different processes run and pick up different style sheets. The database is bidirectional. It feeds data, it also ingests data. So what you're looking at right now is something that will be something called an author list, which we produce. It's a marketing tool. So it takes data from InDesign, brings it in, and spits it back out. This is raw data that you're looking at. It's an import, it's not styled. It's several hundreds of pages long and contains every author at the Brands Corporation and every publication they worked on. Exciting stuff. I use iCal to automate scripts. So in OS 10, I create Automator. Automator will create applications which I run in iCal. And these are triggered throughout the day. And each one does a separate export to a different system. So you can also trigger Apple scripts in InDesign. So right now you're looking at our external web. This information came out of our database, and we've included our table of contents within this. Switch. It's a long 15 seconds. So there's our table of contents, which we pulled out of InDesign. It's now repurposed for the web, and looks bare but pretty clean. So the point of the spiel is unsilo your data. You can do that out of InDesign. It doesn't necessarily have to be all into InDesign. You can export lots of information out of InDesign as well. And I think that's my 5 minutes.